Start. So I'm from Rhode Island. It's not an island. It is the smallest state in the United States and is smaller than the city of Miami, which is where I was born. It's part of the original 13 colonies that formed the original United States. So we're that little red section that usually doesn't even get letters in a map because it's so small. It was founded by Roger Williams. He's a dude that's sort of really important. That At least around here, everything's named after him, just in case you're wondering who he is. He was the guy that came up with the separation of church and state, saying like, hey, I don't want religion in my government. I don't want government in my religion. These two things should not be connected. Even though the original Massachusetts Bay Colony, when they showed up here, the Pilgrims, all that, were kind of like, we're founding a new country based on our religious practices. He was like, hey now, maybe not. And the thing you should know that we'll get back to is that many times I make t-shirts and art very quickly and suddenly to support things I like. I'm sort of known for making like t-shirts or little watercolors and auctioning them off and selling them off so that I can support things I find really interesting. So it's just a little footnote that this is going to come back later. So he said, hey, religion and government should not be together. And the Massachusetts Bay Colony was like, no, get him, arrest him. He's a bad dude. He does not believe in the things we believe in, and he should be locked up for that stuff. And in the meantime, he ran away with a woman named Anne Hutchinson, and they walked for 2 days from Massachusetts, which in the scope of it is really hard to understand. But just know that he walked for 2 days. However far you can walk for 2 days, that's what he did. And he found a new area of the world that he named Rhode Island. And the Massachusetts Bay Colony literally was like, that is too far. We're not going to chase him down. He walked, not horses, not any, there was no trains then. He just walked and stopped. And the people of Massachusetts were like, yeah, we don't like him, but he's far enough away that we don't need to go after him. And I love this history of Rhode Island and this founding of it. This little tiny state is so wonderful and has so many wonderful small stories like that. And I frequently say to people that it's like we live in Hobbiton, that like we are the Shire. Everything's really nice and the people are really wonderful. But there's just a smallness to everything that's really like comforting. Like again, like think like Lord of the Rings hobbits. So I drew some Rhode Islanders as kind of hobbits, because I thought that'd be kind of funny. We love our Dunkin' Donuts here. Another thing that was founded here, I'm pretty sure was founded here, was Dunkin' Donuts. A couple other things like CVS Pharmacy. But what's more important is why we're also going to talk about Iceland. Rhode Islanders will know why I'm going to talk about Iceland. But Iceland became important because it accidentally sneaked its way into a tourism video produced by the state. It was a shot of somebody skateboarding, and it was in this tourism video, and it blew up because it was not Rhode Island, and Rhode Islanders knew it was not Rhode Island. We got all over the news for the wrong reason, that we had this logo that nobody liked, that we had a tourism campaign that used footage from another country, and it was a lot of national attention that nobody really wanted, because it made us look dumb. But the campaign was actually made, or at least the logo was made by a graphic designer called Milton Glaser, who made the I Heart New York logo. And he's a really cool dude. He's done amazing stuff. I don't slight him for the logo he made. But he famously said that he made that logo in a taxi ride to the pitch of the logo. And so I thought, what can I do in a really small transit ride? At the time I was traveling between Boston and Rhode Island on a train in an hour, not 2 days. And I was like, what can I do in this one little hour on this train that it would be better or more interesting than what the state did? And so I pulled out my little laptop. I had almost no Wi-Fi connection. So I had to sort of make what I could on my laptop without being able to like download a lot of fonts or assets or anything like that. And if you've ever been on that train, you know there's like this dead spot that's really great. And I started thinking about how great Rhode Island is and what I like about it. The food, the culture, the level of activities you can do in the state. You can like swim and ski in the same state. That's a pretty amazing thing. We're the home of H.P. Lovecraft that founded cosmic horror. And it's just a like great state with so much going for it. all within our borders. And then I thought about all the people I know in this state and how so many of them sort of came here almost by accident, like I did. I came here for college and stayed for 20 years. It wasn't like, oh, I intentionally came to this place. I came here and I stopped because I found that it was the right place for me. Kind of like Roger Williams did. He walked 2 days, and that became Wanderers Welcome, which kind of blew up at the time. 70,000 people interacted with my post on Facebook. I was told by somebody that knew the governor's office that the governor and the mayor of Providence knew me, and I didn't like how that was phrased because it sounded like they were out to get me. And so making this presentation, I wanted to do something similarly as big to show my love not just for the state, but for things like PechaKucha, which I love. So you should go to that link, wanderri.com. You'll find a nice surprise that I'm going to get to in a second. And this is the first color presentations that I've done. So I'm actually selling each of these slides for $22, and it's going to benefit Providence PechaKucha. So you can actually buy any of these illustrations, like if you like the Iceland with the little animal, with the little sea dragon in it. The only one that's not for sale is the last one. But each one is going to benefit Rhode Island PechaKucha, and they can, use that money to hopefully do even more awesome stuff like this because I found it really beneficial. They've been such a good thing for Rhode Island, which is already a place I love. So I was like, I want to combine all the things I like into one little neat package. And yeah, thank you so much.